Brown Bag Mornings, Power 106. I'm Rosecrans Vic, and we are here with Rolling Loud co-founder Tariq Cherif. My guy.
What's up? Thanks for having me, man.
Of course,
how you doing?
man. The lineup just dropped. Everybody's excited. Tell me how it's feeling right now. Is this the 8th, the 9th, or what California Rolling Loud is this?
2019, 2021, 2022, 2023. This will be the 7th.
The 7th.
California one.
How is it feeling now?
7th Southern California.
Southern California.
Yeah.
How are you feeling right now? Lineup drop, the anticipation, the feedback you're getting.
I feel great, man. It's always nervous when we put the lineup out.
Yeah.
A lot of nerves, a lot of what are people going to think about it. But, it's always good to see, a reaction. Some people are really happy with it.
Yep.
And some people are like, oh, man, why isn't so-and-so on it? And, it's like you can't have everybody on every show.
Of course.
And we've been accused of our lineups looking very similar in the past. So we decided, hey, let's switch it up for L.A.
I was about to say, not this year.
It's
looking different.
Yeah.
Tell me about the thought process behind that and, the approach to changing this lineup. Because I see a lot of new names, a lot of different genres. You guys got the Mexican regional acts on there, Junior H, Fuerza Regida, Chino Pacas. Just talk about you guys embracing that whole movement. Yep.
Basically, I see so much hip-hop in that music, right? Like, these guys are rapping about, selling this or that or wearing this or that or with the girls. And it's just the verse structure. It's very hip-hop influenced. So we wanted to shed some light on that, and especially here in LA where it's so big, right? Like in Miami, we had some reggaeton artists, and that went off. So it's all right, in LA, let's have some corridos, and I'm really excited for that. I've been listening to that a lot lately. We're excited to have some R&B on the lineup this time. Party Next Door, Bryson Tiller, and it's cool. It's really cool to have Nicki Minaj. She's gonna be fresh off her new album. That's we've only booked Nicki Minaj once. It's been a while since we booked Post Malone. Excited to have him back.
To me, it strikes me like you guys read a lot of comments, because I see you guys replying to people that I'm like, oh, are they verified? It's like, no, you're just interacting with the people.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that strategy, because I feel like if somebody wants to tell you hey, I love this lineup, or hey, this lineup sucks, you're gonna read it and you're gonna respond to them.
Yeah, we've been learning to not respond to the negative stuff as much.
Of course,
But you got some constructive criticism, or you're saying something positive. We try to engage as much as we can. Obviously, on a lineup post that has thousands of comments, we're not going to do it well there. But on our Twitter, we're super responsive. I guess it's called X now. I call it Twitter.
I still call it Twitter.
Yeah. But it's about not growing too far past where you came from. This has always been built on us having a good time with the fans and just being a family, really. So comment, and we're going to do our best to comment back.
No, I've noticed. I mean, early in my career, I've been I remember when you guys were bringing it to, it was San Bernardino first, right?
Yeah.
And then it was LA. I remember being so hype about it. And I think even just dropping random suggestions, because I was tapped in here, and then you guys responded. I was like, oh wow, okay, reading this, And
I've always seen your name on Twitter and stuff, and
so,
Rosecrans Avenue and stuff.
Appreciate that. So I've seen that, and also, last year I think it was huge. You guys had major partnerships like Google Pixel and all this stuff. What can we expect this year? Who are some dope brands or installations that you have lined up?
So our new partner in the energy drink space is Red Bull.
Okay.
We're very excited about that deal.
That's awesome.
It should be really dope what they build out. They do a really good job of building some cool activations. Power 106 always has a great activation as well.
Absolutely.
It's a good place to stop by. We got Levi's. What's crazy is we used to sell the sponsorships ourselves and the partnerships ourselves, me and Matt. Now we have a head of partnerships named Alex.
Yep.
If you've dealt with Alex, salute. But he's great, and I don't even know half the deals we got on the table right now. But all I know is we challenge our sponsors we don't let them just come put up a 10 by 10 tent or some lame little activation that nobody cares about. It's hey, this is Rolling Loud. You better do something cool that appeals to Rolling Loud fans. They want to take a picture, they want a photo op, or they want to engage with something cool. So make sure you do something cool.
Absolutely, yeah. That's one of the things that I have noticed, that it's always creative. It's not just a stand and a tent. You know what I'm saying, with the table laid out. What are some of your favorite installations that you guys have had in the past that's like memorable to you?
I love we do a basketball court and a skate park.
Oh,
usually those are like two of my favorite for sure. Pringles had a really cool one in Miami. They had a swing set.
Yeah.
And the swing set looked like Pringles chips. Like the seat where you sit looked like a Pringles chip, but huge. Liquid Death Water.
Okay.
They do a cool like speakeasy. Like they build out like you walk. It looks like a speakeasy bar, but it's for water.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
I love how you guys always have the cereal bars.
Thank you. Yeah. We do these Rolling Loud cereals and people love it. So
that's like a tradition of mine. I feel like I've gotten cereal at almost every Rolling Loud.
That's crazy. I love to hear that.
And again, flowers to you. Personally, I feel like I helped build my own career by you guys approving media passes for me early on. Like I've been to every Rolling Loud like since 2017.
Wow.
Well, I think I missed a couple like of the more recent ones, but like I've been to New York, Bay Area, LA. I guess I haven't been to any of the overseas ones, but all the ones here, like it was always a good time, always different. Some of my best memories were made there, and it's always just like if you are doing something in hip hop media and you're not at Rolling Loud, like what are you doing?
Yeah,
and I love that you guys have always opened that space up to the media, and I see new people there every year. It's not the same stale coverage, you know what I'm saying? I see them like, oh, okay, this guy made it. This guy made it.
We try to show love to like, because you don't have to be Complex or BET or you don't have to be from this massive platform if you got like a niche thing that's working. Like lately I like this page Kids Takeover on Instagram. Dude's been crushing it. Like I was hip to you way back then.
Yeah.
Like I seen you on Twitter like doing your thing, and you were tapped into the LA scene super heavy, which is important for us on a regional level. Like you got to make sure that the people that are tapped in locally have representation. And then I got to shout out our publicist, Audible Treats. They do a great job of helping us weed through everything and make some great decisions for who we should have there on the press side for sure.
Definitely. There was one time I went to Miami and I linked up with Kevin, and he curates a lot of the lineup. And I remember just kicking Kelvin, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I was there with Kelvin, and we were just kicking it, like shooting the shit. And I was like asking him a bunch of questions, like, so how do you choose this? We're just like picking his brain. And he was just like, man, he's like, you want to know how I do it? He's like, exactly what I'm doing right now. He's like, I put on YouTube videos, I smoke some weed, I eat some wings, and he's like, and then we chop it up. I ask other people around the office, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? And I love that, that it's not so corporate.
We're fans first, man.
Yeah.
Like I always try to tell people, like, we started throwing shows because nobody was booking our favorite rappers. This was way back in 2010, 2011. So nobody was booking Currency, Big Sean, Wiz Khalifa, Mac Miller, Nipsey, et cetera, Wale, J. Cole, Kendrick, Absol. We got in early, just like, hey, we just want to bring these artists to Florida. That's where we started. And just everything kept unfolding after that. But we always try to stay rooted in like, yo, we're fans of this music. Like, let's not forget that. Like, we get excited when a song comes out that we like. When we find a new artist, there's nothing like finding a new artist and being excited about how the music sounds, how they're putting out videos, what their whole rollout looks like. Like, I love that. Yeah,
no, absolutely. Are there any people in particular? I know you might have to answer politically, but is there anybody you're just like, man, I can't wait to see them perform? Like maybe more of a new artist that you guys booked for the first time?
So I'm super excited to see Fuerza Regida, Junior H, Nathaniel Cano, Chino Pacas, like just the representation of that whole scene. I'm hoping somebody brings out Peso Pluma.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That'll be awesome.
I feel like that's got to happen. But we'll see. Not guaranteeing it. I'm always excited for some of my guys. So I'm excited for Ski Master, Slump God, Chow Lee. There's this new kid out of New York named 4-5. I'm excited for. I'm really excited for Party Next Door, Bryson Tiller. I'm really excited for Post Malone, Nicki Minaj.
I'm excited for Sexy Red.
Yeah, dude, she puts on a great set. It's fun. It's like, it's about having fun. I like to tell people there's no rules in entertainment except for the one thing is entertain people.
Yeah.
So some people entertain people in one way, some people entertain people in another way, but if you're entertaining people, you're doing your job.
Absolutely. I like that you mentioned Ski Mask. I feel like him being on the lineup always contributes to like the history, of Rolling Loud, right? Like him being there so early and his legendary sets. Like I remember seeing his set at San Bernardino Rolling Loud 2017, I believe, the first one I attended. And I remember him jumping over my head because I was like in the front in the media pit. He jumped over my head onto a speaker into the crowd. Like I was like, yo, this is like. And at the time, I wasn't too familiar with his music, to be honest. I was a fan ever since. I was like, dude, this dude jumped over my head, like, and he jumped into the crowd and controlled it like no other.
He's incredible. He has a very unique place in our scene because of him being best friends with XXX Tentacion and them starting the whole members only very rare movement together, and really they took the South Florida SoundCloud scene to the next level. And then when Axe for X passed, he became really good friends with Juice WRLD, and they were best friends. So he has an interesting pedigree of having these two legendary artists be his best friends, and they might quote unquote outshine him popularity wise, even though Ski's still a massive artist. But those two artists, their favorite artist was Ski. Like X was like, yo, my favorite rapper is Ski. He's better at rapping than me. Because bar for bar, nobody's seeing Ski. But the sets are legendary, and he pays homage to Juice and X in a very real and respectable way that the crowd still has a good time. So we love Ski at Rolling Loud. Don't plan on not booking him ever.
Exactly. I feel like his set is just so essential. Like you have to check it out every single time. And it's just like you said, like he honors Juice, he honors X, and it's like in only a way that he can. And I always
it wouldn't be authentic if there's a couple people that had great relationships with those artists as well, like Trippie Redd or like Yachty, but it comes across very authentic, and because it is when Ski does it. And Ski's working on a new album right now. We were just in the studio last night. He's been out here in LA since September, just locked in working on his album. Should be dropping before the festival, either maybe very soon or closer to the festival. We're not sure yet, but that very excited for that.
Nice. Talk to me about like growing with your fans, because how old were you when you guys started Dope ENT and then turning into Rolling Loud?
So when we started Dope ENT, I was 20, turning 21. And when we started Rolling Loud, that would mean I was like 25 or something, 24. Because I'm dating myself now, so I'm not even gonna do any more math.
Yeah,
but
it's all good.
We've been growing. But you try not to grow up too fast, man. I always tell, I have kids and stuff. Like I tell my kids, I'm your dad, but I'm a big ass kid too. You know what I mean? Like I want to stay that way. I don't. It's important to be able to be able to be an adult and keep it serious, but it's important to keep a youthful energy about you, I think. And I think every year we got new fans.
Of course.
And they, even like you said about the comments, the fans are putting us on to new music as well. So it's nice seeing these new waves of fans, and they're commenting, oh, book so-and-so. And I'm like, oh, I heard that guy. Like, let me check him out some more. Like, oh, yeah, that's fire. So it's the interesting, what you said, growing with the fans, I think we're doing it's like they're helping keep us young. You know what I'm saying? But we're also growing with the fans in a sense that we're learning how to execute a proper hip-hop festival safely and in the most fun possible together. Because what we do didn't exist before us
at all.
Like, sure, there was Rock the Bells, but that was a totally different scene. There weren't mosh pits. This is like, we have mosh pits, and we also have not mosh pit crowds. Like, it depends on who's performing, but it's a great time. The fans are taking care of each other, and we're building Hip Hop Disney World together, and I think the fans are a big part of that.
That's dope. I never heard that before, Hip Hop Disney World. It makes sense. Like, see, like for me, it's like I started going when I was like, I guess mid-20s, and then, I'm getting a little older. Like, my son's 10 years old. I can just imagine 3-4 years from now, like, he's gonna want to come with me.
It's gonna be sooner than that.
You know what I'm saying?
My son's 12 last year, so he was 11. He was like, I want to see Kendrick. This was in Miami. So I was like, all right, you're allowed to go see one set, and it's Kendrick. So I brought him. He watched Kendrick. And then this year, he got to see 2 sets. Ski Mask and Travis Scott.
Wow.
And he's 12 years old, and he was so happy. He just went to the Drake concert with his uncle. Like, yo, remember being a kid, it's like when
Yeah.
I was 12, I wanted to go to shows, and when I was 15, I for sure wanted to go to shows.
Absolutely.
Like, I remember I used to like try to find someone in my family, like, how do I get backstage at a show? I think that's part of why I'd throw concerts for a living. It's like I always wanted to like be in the mix somehow,
Yeah, absolutely. Do you ever like go out in the crowd and just kind of observe, like?
Oh yeah, every day.
Yeah.
I walk through the crowd every day. We all do. We'll like sometimes we'll go to me, Matt. We'll go together, or sometimes we'll go separately and report back to each other. But it's twofold. It's one, just to feel it and just see how it's going, but also just to check in on everything. How's it running? How's it looking? People having a good time. I try to go out to the entrance every day when the gates open, and I just stand there. And if a fan recognizes me, which is pretty often, they'll come up, hey, can I take a picture? They'll call me Tariq instead of Tariq. It's all good. But hey, Tariq, can we take a picture? Oh, you're the GOAT. Thank you. And it's like, yo, no, you're the GOAT. Thank you. Drink a lot of water. Take care of yourselves. Eat some food. I try to just remind people, like, yo, be safe.
Yeah, I love that. That's definitely like a pillar, I feel like, of rolling out is like, be safe.
Yeah, I'm always telling people to take a step back.
Yes, I've heard that speech so many times.
It's like people really want to be close.
Yeah.
But it's like you're about as close as you're gonna get right now, so you don't need to push up anymore.
Absolutely.
It's safety's super important for us. We're blessed. Knock on wood. Prayers up to God. We're just gonna keep producing a safe show.
Absolutely. Tell me about taking it international, because that's something that like is, again, never been done before, I feel like, and it's like you're not only taking the festival, but like you're taking the culture, outside of the US and to all these different places.
I got to give Matt the credit on fast tracking that.
Yeah.
When we first decided together to expand in 2017 outside of Miami, I was like, yo, we're not ready. We should refine this in Miami some more.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I'm telling you, the time is now. And I got to tip my hat to Matt. He was right. So it's been beautiful expanding. The first place we went was Australia. And then we went to Europe. And in Europe, we've now done the Netherlands, Germany, and Portugal. We did Thailand this past year. We did Toronto the year before. And Toronto is coming back. We're just figuring it out, 'cause some venue issues. Mm-hmm. But it's amazing going around the world and seeing these different crowds of people love the music just as much, if not in some scenarios more.
Yeah.
It was crazy being in Thailand and seeing a primarily Asian crowd. I'm used to being over here in the States looking out the crowd, and there's all types of people, black people, white people, Hispanic people, Asian, whatever. But in Thailand, it was 90-something% Asian, and it was beautiful. It's like, yo, this whole other side of the world, all these different Asian cultures, not just Thai, but the Japanese fly in, the Chinese, Singapore, et cetera, they're all coming to the show, and they're fully bought in. They know every word. They're going crazy. Like, they're buying the merch. And if they're not buying the merch, they're dripped out, like just as drippy as everybody is out here, if not more. So it's been great it's a blessing, thanks to the fans, for us to be able to travel the world, and it's our job.
Absolutely.
And to just be bringing hip hop around the world and championing it.
Yeah, and then I'm sure you guys get to learn about the cultures where you go. You have to be like booking, Thai acts, maybe a couple, to kind of mix in with, with the local crowds and give them one of their people to represent them as well.
Absolutely.
Talk about just, getting put onto all these different types of hip hop in the Netherlands and the like.
It's super important. Like in Germany, there's this guy named UFO.
Okay.
Yo, he is lit. Like, he's the littest artist in Germany. Like, incredible. Like in LA, it's like we're not gonna not book 310 Baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we try to keep our ears like to the streets of every city we go. So yeah, in Thailand we had hella Asian rappers from all over Asia, and they had amazing sets. It was great. I think it's just important where everywhere you go, you got to be a good neighbor. You got to be a good citizen per se, or a good visitor, or whatever you want to call it. Like, if I'm coming to your city and I'm putting on a rap show, I better book some rappers from your city, from your region, to keep it authentic to
Exactly.
that place.
It
that you
makes,
need representation, and it makes the city more proud
absolutely
of the show.
And it makes, like, I could speak for LA, like in that term, it makes us feel seen. Like,
Yeah.
oh, they're paying attention to us.
Yeah.
You know, just outside of here. You know, and that's always like a dope feeling. Like you said, a 310 baby, which like his success has been like wildfire the last couple months, and it's like for him to already be on the lineup, I'm like, oh yeah, they're super tapped in.
Gotta be.
Yeah. One thing I always wanted to ask about: why is Yeet never on the lineups?
I knew he was gonna give me something.
I'm just so like.
So listen,
it seems like a perfect fit.
You know, Ski Mask, one of my best friends.
Yeah.
Him and Yeet are friends. I'm friends with Zach Bia. That's his label.
Yep.
It's not. There's no beef.
Yeah.
I've never met Yeet personally, but there's. It's not like there's a beef. It just hasn't lined up yet.
Yeah.
We'd love to book Yeet. You know, we've sent offers, and it tends to be like, oh, you know, I have this going on right now, or I'm waiting until this happens, but I have a suspicion that it'll finally happen this year.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait. That's going to be a moment in itself. The anticipation of like,
yeah,
it's almost like in wrestling. Like, I don't know if you watch wrestling.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
did
like,
as a kid for sure.
It's like when it's like, man, there's this obvious match that hasn't taken place yet, and obviously we don't know about.
I don't know who the people are. Like, so you need Seth Rollins versus whoever.
You see like an obvious pairing in a match that's like that makes so much sense, but we don't know the politics of behind the scenes, and we never will. But it's like we'll see one day. It's like it finally happens. Like yes, kind of like when The Rock faced Hulk Hogan.
Right.
It's like we wanted to see that happen, and then it happened. You're like, okay, that was.
Or like who was it? Shawn Michaels versus whatever.
HBK. I think they did one. Yeah.
Well, no, Shawn Michaels
versus Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Bret Hart. Yeah.
You know what's funny is sometimes I say this rap game is kind of like wrestling.
It is for sure.
But you know, we love Yeet.
Yeah.
I think he's like I appreciate all of the subgenres of hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, I'll listen to J. Cole, Kendrick. I'll listen to Yeet.
Yeah.
Travis, Cardi, Uzi. Like I'm all over the place with it. I think they all have a place and a lane, and that's what keeps the genre super healthy. Is like even the debate about it, like a lyrical miracle rapper critiquing a Yeet, makes it better. You
exactly.
know, like on some wrestling thing again, there's a competition of different scenes trying to prove who's better. The lyrical guy's like, nah, Yeet sucks, and Yeet like, yo, that lyrical shit is buns. Like,
yeah.
Oh, sorry, I don't know if that's a
no, you're good.
But yeah, Yeet, come on, my boy.
Yeah, we waiting. Has there ever been like an artist that just annoys you, something they did at a festival, and then you just stop listening to them? You don't have to name them, but has that ever happened?
Sometimes like if they don't do the show, I'll be like, all right, I'm not. Let's skip this.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
yeah. Understandable.
Like, yo, Drake, what's up,
human.
bro? Come on, man. You're a nice guy. We've met a few times. Like, come on, man.
That
like,
too. That seems super obvious as well. That has to happen at some point.
You know, like the Ye thing was a bummer when he was on the show and he pulled off. Yeah. But it's like he's also come to our show 3 times for free. So it's like salute.
Show
thank you
in
San Bernardino with Future.
Man,
I mean, he did 15 minutes.
I lost my mind.
Yeah.
The funniest thing was like we were backstage, so we had kind of heard rumblings like, oh, Kanye might come out. So we were like, all right. And then we had already left the backstage. We were like in the crowd. And then everybody wanted to leave, and I was like, we can't leave. I just have a feeling he's going to come out. And then Future's performing, and he comes out. La, da, da, da. And there's a video. I want to show it to you. I'm going to find it. I lose my mind. When I tell you I lose my mind, I lost my mind. I had never seen Ye
It's the same
live.
thing happened with me. So I lost my mind.
Yeah.
I got a chance to meet him, and we actually became friends afterward, and we worked together for some time. But on that night, I was just so proud that he was there, that he cared to come out to our show, and I'm standing on the DJ booth, which like I don't do too often. I try to stay off, but like some sets I'll hop on. But that I was like, yo, I need to see this for real. So I'm standing right up there next to Esco, and Ye starts performing. I'm slamming my hand on the table on the DJ booth, like that's this video of me just like cheesing hard, like because I knew what that moment meant.
Yeah.
And it's like one of he was the greatest artist of all time in some people's opinion, and I think if he's not he's one of the greatest artists of all time. He co-signed us in the biggest way. Like, that was so viral, and it just felt like, all right, man, like, we here. Like, let's do this.
I feel like at that point, too, it just represented that, like, everything is on the table now for Rolling Loud in terms of there's no artist too big or there's no artist that, like, doesn't fit in a way. It's like, it makes sense. Ye did it, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Ye came out,
and
like,
bro, and then when we booked him for Miami, he posted the flyer.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
He was in my car. He's like, yo, good, post it right now. I'm going to post, send it to me. I'm going to post it. I'm like, you know how much I have to ask artists to post the flyer? This guy posted it like that.
Yeah.
Salute to Ye. Thank you for that. Even though that show didn't happen. But
one day.
Yeah. Post the flyer, guys.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Tariq.
Thank you.
Much love. We're super excited for March 15th through 17th.
That's right. You know, we got Nicki Minaj, Post Malone, YG and Tyga, Lil Tecca, Ski Master, Slump God, Bryson Tiller, Party Next Door, Fuerza Regida, Nathaniel Cano, Junior H, Chino Pacas. I mean, I could keep going. It's hella artists on the lineup. 03 Greedo, I'm excited for.
I'm super excited for that.
Very, very LA proper. Larry June repping the Bay, but still very important for California.
Yep.
I mean, I'm going to have to pull up the flyer. I forget.
Yeah.
You could check the flyer. I don't know when this is coming out, but Rolling Loud on social media, rollingloud.com.
Yep.
Tickets on sale Friday. Let's get it.
Brown Bag Mornings, Power 106.
Brown Bag Mornings, Rosecrans Vic, Power 106.
Let's go.
Rolling Loud.